5 days, and Castro gave me 3 of his personal bodyguards and an interpreter. I had my 2 regular bodyguards, and ironically, Castro allowed my guys to carry their guns the entire time they were in Cuba, except when I met with him. Then they had to turn their, which I don't blame, they had to turn their guns over to the Cubans, and then as soon as Castro was gone, the guns were immediately returned. But I could understand that, because after all, we have attempted to assassinate him on a few occasions. Wouldn't that be called terrorism? If your intelligence community goes out and attempts to assassinate another political leader, I would classify that terrorism.
Not in the United States.
Well, I understand that. That's part of the old hypocrisy and double standard and all that. But the Bush administration did not want me going. And when I returned, I actually thought about contacting President Bush and seeing if he would okay my passport again. By the way, they suspended my wife's passport. They would not allow her to accompany me. Now, aren't we home of the brave, land of the free? My wife was not allowed to go to Cuba with me. Word came, Castro apparently has informants everywhere. I guess when you're a dictator, that's standard operating procedure. And an informant came up to him, or came up to one of my 3 bodyguards and whispered something. The bodyguard then told the interpreter, who told my guys, who then told me. The informant said that I was being tailed by CIA operatives. Now I'm in Cuba, right? And the Cubans wanted to know if I wanted to lose them. Now, I found that real strange. Here I am, a U.S. governor. I haven't done anything wrong. And I'm being tailed by my own intelligence community, and they didn't tell me. And the Cubans are offering me a way to lose them.
Join you at the table.
You know,
What did you say?
I said no. I said, we're not doing nothing wrong. I don't care. What are they going to report back? I said, ignore them. We're going to have fun. We don't care. You know, I'm not going to, you know, and so we went on with the night. Well, got back to the United States. I'm in my office in the Capitol, and I look at my schedule, and there's this 2 o'clock meeting on my schedule that's blank. So I pulled my chief of staff in, and I go, Stephen, what's this 2 o'clock meeting? Everything else has got what it is. This 2 o'clock meeting's blank. And my chief of staff kind of rolls his eyes. He goes, CIA. I said, oh, okay. Well, I knew, because they didn't need debriefing. I understand how it works. They came in, and I'd met them before. And in fact, the guy I met is the head of the whole region. He told me something very interesting. When 9/11 hit, that afternoon, I called him, wanting to know what I needed to know, right? I said, what do you know? What's going on here? He said, we know nothing more than you know, Governor, at this time, but if I learn more, I'll let you know. He told me later I was the only governor that bothered to call him. No other governors did. And I said, well, I'm the only governor that used to be a SEAL. I would know to call you. Your intelligence. I need intelligence. I'm going to call the people that are in that business. Well, anyway, these guys, 2 guys sat down, and they went through the typical questions, which I expected. What in Castro's health's like? Did he seem to have all his mental capacities? All the typical questions, and I answered them all honestly. And they were finished then, and they're very formal. They're very, you know, the way they should be, you know, with respectful and everything like that. And when they were finally done, they said, Governor, thank you very much. We're all done. And I said, you all done? You all finished? You don't want to ask me nothing more? They said, no. I said, there's nothing you want to tell me or anything else? I go, no, sir. I said, okay. I said, well, now I got something to tell you. And I said, I'll leave this up to your discretion. You take it where you think it needs to go. And I looked right at him and I said, if you ever put a tail on me again without telling me, I said, you're going to find your tail floating in the river. I said, now you take that back to whoever needs to know it. I was pissed.
All right, we're back, and you see behind me some of my favorite websites. If your tape recorder's running, you'll probably have a better chance of it. Now, I was going to say, don't forget, try to go to that website of the anonymous truther, the 10 reasons why no planes hit the towers. And any comments you make, remember, be civil. We're supposed to be on the same side, but I think that what the guy is a disinformation guru. Well, you know, how could you prove something like that except by, you know, inference from his own, you know, behavior. Now, Jesse was talking about, you know, the way the government is so, you know, distrustful, even of itself. They were tailing him when he went to Cuba. I guess they were afraid he was going to be some sort of a traitor in Cuba. But the same type of thing happens here, and the same type of thing happens to keep information from getting to the general public. We have enough information that if it just got out, I mean, this is the type of thing that most journalists would kill for. I mean, in the old days, it's the type of thing that, you know, they dream about as they're going to journalism school, to be able to have an expose like 9/11. Where are they? I don't know. But the fact is that the CIA is embedded in every major media. And, you know, they make sure that what they don't want doesn't get out. Well, anyway, we're going to start playing the credits. And the next show that we have coming up live will be the 7th of August. Now, there's so much 9/11 information that one person can't possibly research it all. So what I'm asking for is if any of you out there are good at research and you have an area of particular interest in the 9/11 subject, get a hold of me at 251omega@comcast.net. You'll see behind me the email. But we can put your research on this show. It would help make the show better and also get more participation. And the more people we have participating, the more it'll spread. So anyway, until next time, keep investigating and remember to be civil when you talk to the disinformation people, and have a good one.